Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area, and this video will be covering the line command for Autocad 2018. And the one thing when it comes to drawing a line is understanding what information you need. Normally, when you go from point to point, that's defined. But let's just say here I'm going to start the line command. It wants a starting point. I'm going to just select here, and as you can see I've got my ortho on, which if you haven't watched that video you need to watch it for ortho. I'm going to hit F8 and that frees it up. But if ortho is on, all I need to do to either go straight up and down or left and right is just type in a distance. Let's just say 10, and there I hit escape and I'm done. I've drawn a line 10 units long. Now, unfortunately, all our drawings, our lines are not all straight, so there is another option to use, which is the polar tracking, which I've kind of got a little diagram here to show you how AutoCAD works. I think I went over this in another video, but just to refresh your memory, that this is your zero line right here, your X and Y, but going to the left is positive. So if you say I drew a line, let me get a line here. I drew a line from here, but then I wanted it to go at say 60 degrees. You can see that I'm showing a 60 in my little polar tracking, but that's not exact enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 5 and then the greater than symbol. I'm sorry, the less than symbol. It is the symbol that shares with the comma. You hit shift. Now as you notice it's looking for an angle, and I'm going to type in 60. So it's created a line. I'm done drawing, so I hit escape just to kind of show you this is the 60 degrees. Now if I would have drawn this line and put in 5 and then the less than and negative 60, it would have came down this way. That all your rotation and all your angles go positive, go to the left. Just for another example, let me draw a line. And now if I wanted to go out over here, that's going to probably be in the 135 range. So I would type in 5 for my distance, shift, less than, and then 135, and there we have it. This is the dimension that it's drawn. Now, the one thing to remember when you're drawing lines, drawing circles, is you cannot eyeball them. Okay, I know I bring this up a few times, but you may say, okay, I'm going to draw a line like this, and then I'm going to come back and start another line, and I'm going to draw it right there, and then I'm going to start another line right there, then I'm going to start another line right there, and there I've got my object. Well, as you zoom in, you will notice that, oh, actually, I take that back. I actually had my O snaps on, so it was actually snapping to the exact point. That wasn't what I wanted to show. Let me start that over again. If I go a line like this, if I come over here to draw another line, trying to get it to be exactly on that spot is very hard to do. Okay, and as you notice, I'm trying to get closer and closer to that end point, and each time it looks like it's on it until I zoom in. And again, you may say, well, that's pretty darn close. That's probably the thickness of a hair. But again, if it's holding back any kind of flammable material or toxic gases, that little space could mean, the difference. Also, when you're dealing with parts that are being cut out, they need to be exact. So unless you're using a coordinate, you're using a specific point or radial, then it's not being done correctly. Let me erase that. So dealing with the coordinates, there's another way of doing it. So I'm going to do line, and it's asking me for a starting point, and I'm just going to go from coordinate 0, comma 0, enter, and there my line is started at 0, 0, and I could take it to say 20, 20, and there I've drawn a line. Again, if you haven't watched the coordinate video, you need to watch that. But this is one of the ways to draw a line is also with the coordinates. And if I list this line, you'll see that the coordinates, it starts at 0, 0, x and y, and then goes x and y to 20, 20. That's what I set it at. So remembering that when you draw a line, if you want it to go straight, and you can select here, you can come down here and type line. You could type L as it's one of the hotkeys that'll start it for you. Several ways to start line, but line will continue until you hit escape, or if I wanted to draw this, this, and this, and then I wanted to end it back here, I can just go to close. It closes it automatically for me to the exact point, and it ends the command. Otherwise, if I just wanted to draw 3 lines and then stop, I have to hit escape, and that stops the line. And that concludes my video on the line command. Thank you.